Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hi there, this is Chris, one half of the podcast duo 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. My co-host Tom and I play a random or user-requested game on Xbox Game Pass that neither one of us have played for 60 minutes and decide if it's worth our time to continue past that hour with said game. Now, dear Matt was gracious enough to allow me to get on my soapbox and talk about a game very near and dear to my heart. What game is it, you ask? Why, it's a lovely point-and-click adventure game following two anthropomorphic detectives, Sam and Max, as they hit the streets in Sam and Max Hit the Road. This game came out way back in 1993. Yeah, we're going way back there. Lucasarts have made some great adventure games like Curse of Monkey Island, Day of the Tentacle, and even an Indiana Jones game. All those were great, but maybe it was my love for Steve Purcell's art style that really drew me to this game. He was the creator of the comic and also worked very closely with LucasArts to make this game. And what I loved was his mashup of almost like the Warner Brothers and Disney style that was just so appealing to me. It was so quirky and I loved it. And the intro to this game, still for me to this day, was a great example of how to introduce your protagonist to your audience. You knew this cool, calm dog named Sam and his off-kilter rabbit partner Max were going to wax poetic and one-liners while maybe solving a case. You also knew this game wasn't necessarily kid-friendly either. I mean, Max literally rips off the head of a scorned robot who decided to kidnap his date and was about to turn her into a pile of human goop. That's pretty disturbing. After Max does this, though, the duo leaves the scene and the date is still tied up. So weird. I loved it. It's a point-and-click adventure, so there's definitely a lot of moving your mouse around and around the frame of the screen and trying to see what you can interact with. So, there's a lot of just guessing and stuff like that. But the thing I loved was that they use icons like there's this almost like a chew toy for a dog that would, once you actually have an actionable item, you would see the eyeballs of the chew toy kind of squeak out. And it was great. And the fact that you could actually use Max as an object to interact with things always gave me the warm and fuzzies. Of course, the frustrating parts with any point-and-click adventure game, like trying to figure out combining things or what clues and stuff that would come together and, give you that what to do with these objects that you randomly pick up. But hey, that's the fun of these games, right? Experimenting and heck, being a detective of sorts to try and figure out what you need to do next. This game, Sam and Max, makes me laugh every time. The ridiculous conversations you have with other characters in this world and the smack talk that Max has for them at times is pure gold. The characters you meet along the way really flesh out the experience. You got Doug, the mole man, who lives in the Tunnel of Love ride very early in the game and for some reason loves candied pecans. And of course, you've got the main antagonist, Conroy Bumpus, a country singer with a strong hatred for Bigfoots, mostly because they had killed his father very early on in his life. Locations you visit throughout your journey are so varied and ridiculous, whether it's a giant ball of twine, a gator mini golf course, or a museum whose claim to fame is your favorite veggies resembling celebrities in the world of Sam and Max. I was just so excited to explore all these places. Don't expect anything to be serious in this game. It is all zany ridiculousness. Heck, there's a part where you even play whack-a-mole, except with live rats. Hey, but it's just a good old time. And what could be your favorite zany, yet fairly eloquent Saturday morning cartoon friend? There was a Saturday morning cartoon for Sam and Max at 1.2, which I miss. And I know that Telltale did do a follow-up point-and-click adventure games for Sam and Max later on, but I just didn't really have the same appeal to me. And one other thing I was very just thinking about it back then too, in 1993, that the fact that every character was voice acted in this game, and they were great voice acting at the time too. I mean, of course, if you had a crappy sound card like me that cuts in and out every once in a while, that was not great. But when it did work, it was definitely appreciated, and I loved every voice. And the game isn't that long either. Probably you could finish it on a Saturday where you pretend to be sick and have your family go out and run errands on the other side of town. I mean, that could just be me that would probably want to do that, but it is what it is. Anyway, I miss this game so much. I went and bought this game on Steam. Yeah, it was only a couple bucks on Steam, so I need to go and make excuses to get a day to myself. And that's it for me on my love for Sam & Max Hit the Road. Why don't you guys give it a shot? And, well, as always, happy gaming.
Hey there, Screen Beans. Have you heard about Screen Snark?
Rachel, this is an ad break. They aren't Screen Beans until they listen to the show.
Fine. Potential Screen Beans. You like movies and TV shows, right?
I mean, who doesn't? Screen Snark is a casual conversation about the movies and television shows that are shaping us as we live our everyday lives.
That's right, Matt. We have a chat with at least one incredible guest every episode, hailing from all walks. We've interviewed chefs,
writers, costumers, musicians,
yoga teachers, comedians, burlesque dancers,
folks in the film and TV industry,
and more.
We'd be delighted for you to join us every other Monday on the Certain POV Podcast Network.
Or wherever you get your podcasts, fresh and tasty off the presses.
What? That's not...
Can I call them Screen Beans now?
Fine.
Screen Beans!
So tune in and we'll see you at the movies or on a couch somewhere.
'Cause you're all Screen Beans now.
She will be mine. Aurora.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.